Hey, what's going on, everybody? Adam here. It is the week of Thanksgiving, and I just wanted to take the opportunity to say that I'm thankful for all of you guys. We started this year with a little over 300 subs, and we have easily doubled that, and it's just been really cool getting to know you guys and connecting with musicians all over the world and providing content for you guys that is interesting and just helping you as working musicians go further faster. This week, I wanted to share some excerpts from a personal coaching session I did recently around social media and personal branding, and how you can leverage those tools to not only build a worldwide following, but also get gigs in your hometown as well. If you or your band are interested in personal coaching, by all means, hit me up. My email is coverbandconfidential@gmail.com. I would love the opportunity to help you and your band do big things in 2022. And with that out of the way, let's get into it.
Who can I connect with? How can I market myself? I didn't know how much of a role social media actually plays in the independent musician.
So I'm gonna ask you to do something that is gonna sound scary and maybe feel against your nature, but you need to set up a TikTok account.
Really?
Yep. There's a couple of things to consider here. Social media is a way to advertise yourself on a much larger scale, because right now you're going, I need to play, because I think the struggle right now is that you were able to do this based on your reputation, but due to the pandemic and everything shutting down, your reputation is kind of taken a hit. You don't have the kind of track record in the market. So the thing that you need to be able to do right now is to establish your competence in your market. And the easiest way to do that is to start sharing stuff to your social media channels. You've got more gear than like 90% of the guys out there. Most people are just doing this with like a DAW and a smartphone. You have what you need in order to do that. The things that have been working for a lot of the people that I'm seeing is quick tips or just kind of general chop videos. The thing that you also need to consider is that now that vertical video has become its own kind of like medium, you can use that on multiple platforms. So let's say you take 15 to 30 minutes of playing, whatever it is. It could be, you just doing drum fills. It could be you playing to a certain groove or playing to a number of grooves. You record that, you mix the audio down, and you tie it to the video however you need to. You could share that as a TikTok video, you could share that in Reels on Instagram, you could share that as Shorts on YouTube. All three of those are doing really, really intense organic reach right now. If nothing else, when you start hitting people up, let's say you put an ad out on Craigslist, or you start replying to ads on Craigslist, or you start reaching out to churches who are looking for worship musicians. All you have to do then is you steer them to your channels, and you have content there that establishes your competency. It's free advertising, meaning that it doesn't cost you anything other than your time to do it. My suggestion would be to try and carve out, let's say realistically, 45 minutes to an hour a week that you can dedicate to recording content. And it can be literally whatever you want. Songs that you like to play, stuff that you know that you're good at, things that you think are interesting. Think about the things that you're good at. Think about the things that you do better than the general population does. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to be mind-blowingly good. You just have to be good enough to execute and share it. I'm not a great solo player, but there's some stuff that I can pull off, and I know that I can do. I work inside of those constraints when I'm sharing things online. And as long as you do that, and as long as you can post competent performance videos, that's going to work for most of this stuff. And so the thing about social media that you've got to be prepared to do is you have to be prepared to study it. You've got to be a student of the platform. See what's working, see what people are successful with, and see if you can either replicate what they're doing in your own unique way, or add something that you see is not there, something that's an opportunity, like an empty space for you to fill. Because the thing about especially TikTok is that the lanes of content are so specific. They're so niche. They're so dialed in that you'll be shocked at how quickly it figures you out. The first time you open it, you're going to be like, this is stupid. I don't understand it. This is a bunch of 14-year-old kids, dancing to songs. But if you start searching for things and you start liking the things you like and telling it you don't like the things you don't like, it figures you out really quick. With instrumental stuff, it's a lot easier because all you have to do is be like, I can play this song. I can play 15 seconds of this song really, really well. The intro to Easy Lover, that's a video. Trash Can Ending, that's a video. 4 bars of Everybody Wants to Rule the World, that's a video. Come up with a list of things, just 10, 15 things where you're cutting them up into 15-second, 30-second chunks. And most of these, I think the only one who you can't do this with is Instagram, is you can schedule them. So you could do a week, 2 weeks worth of content and schedule it to go live whenever you want it to. Come up with some ideas. And I think Reels are what you need to focus on if you're dealing with Instagram, just because the reach is so much higher. Both Instagram and YouTube are trying to catch up with what TikTok is doing. So they're going out of their way to blow stuff up.
I can make this video on the computer and I can load it from there, or do I have to get it back on my phone? And
the only one that you have to put back on your phone to load would be to Instagram if you're shooting Reels. You can do TikTok and you can do YouTube from the web browsers. Okay. All you need to do is to be able to explain it in a way that people who don't understand any of this can understand it, and people who do understand it to agree with you. That's it. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to be able to confidently explain things. The way that social media kind of is boiled down to is that you can either be nutritious or you can be delicious. So be funny, be entertaining, be charismatic, be those things, or be informative, be educational, be helpful, add value. You can either pick one or you can pick a mixture of both. You might get a funny thing out of me every now and then, but I'm much more comfortable being helpful. You have things that you can share with people. And if social media is anything, it's just a repository to show what you're good at. That's really all you need it to do. Think about it like a portfolio, like a demo reel. So that when you reach out to somebody, you can say, hi, I'm interested in your thing. Check me out, XYZ. And then they click on that thing, and within 30 seconds, they can go, this guy knows what he's talking about. This is a person I need to, follow up with. That's all it's for. Think about it like an online business card and just a way for people to see you and go, okay, that's it. That's all it needs to be. So the easiest thing for you to do is to spend a couple of hours, put some stuff up, and then just start, pounding the pavement however you can in your market.
Social media is definitely out of my comfort zone. I guess I just grew up in a generation where you were a lot more private, and
yeah,
it's just, it feels weird, and I have to get over some of that. But the social media is just
You have to kind of just figure out what it is you're willing to talk about. There's plenty of shit I won't talk about. I don't talk about my kids. I don't talk about politics. I don't talk about religion. I keep those things to myself. You can build walls around those things. You can be a person who is good at a thing and not talk about who you are. The problem is that at some point, people are going to be more interested in the person doing the thing than the thing that you're doing. That's a problem for future Rob to figure out.
Yeah. In terms of networking, like locally, is rubbing elbows at events better than social media, looking them up and stuff?
It's not an either or scenario. You looked at a situation and go, this is not a good time to do this. And that was probably the right call. Think about it this way though. If you had done the stuff that we just talked about, and then you had messaged him and said, hey, do you ever need a drummer? I'm a drummer for hire. Here's some of my stuff, and then just drop the link. And he could have clicked on that and saw that immediately. Would that have been more beneficial than you interrupting, him wrapping up the gig? So it's not an either or thing. What I would say is, if the opportunity presents itself, you should absolutely do it. You should go places. You should talk to people. I am a person with a well-established project. I've got a handful of them. The number of times I've had a competent musician reach out to me offering their services, I'd say is zero.
Really?
Anybody that has fallen into my lap has been a person that has either been recommended to me or I've sought out myself. If you can build up, not a huge catalog of things, just more than 5 of you playing something and just crushing it, that's going to give you a leg up when you reach out to these people. And you should reach out to these people, because the fact of the matter is that the more established that you are, the more opportunities there are for somebody who is competent to help you out. Because I don't need a jam band drummer. I need a competent professional drummer who can play to a click and who understands how to operate Ableton Live, who can execute. That's who I need. And I can find that through those kinds of things. Because the normal social construct of musicians and hanging out, it's not something you're into. It's not something that you're comfortable doing. It's not natural to you. So use the resources that are available to you to establish yourself outside of those alcohol-fueled interactions,
It's a comfort level with me for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And it's the first videos are going to be rough.
Awful.
They may not be awful, but they're not going to be great. And maybe they will be. Maybe you have a core competency just in general that you can put out good quality stuff. I don't, and I'm still learning. You got to have that entrepreneurial mindset that goes, this is not what I want, but it's good enough for now, and I'll figure out what I messed up on the next one. You just got to be willing to do it.
Yeah, I got to get over the whole perfectionist thing.
Perfect is the enemy of good. Again, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be competent.
Okay.